You are a wise, well-informed person who carries a lot of wisdom. You come from an enlightened place, and you're here to help release people from enslavement. The first person that you released was yourself through chains that were being placed on you either by society, by programming. You're the type of person where you kind of broke out of the brainwashing that either the system was trying to put on you or just in the population in general. You're the type of person that can hold their own against a judge, a lawyer. You would do great practicing law or being in a position where you can create laws. You're the type of person that would thrive working under law enforcement or by shifting law enforcement in some way. You're an athlete. There's nothing that you can't do, and you also have physical capabilities that most people don't. I feel like some people underestimate the way that you look externally, but you're someone who should not be underestimated in any way, shape, or form because you do carry the energy of a defender. You're also special intelligence. Some of you are human hybrid DNA codons, and you just carry this bodyguard energy where you tend to be very protective of things, people, and places that should be defended. I feel like you also show up as this King of Pentacles empire energy. You also get the attention of like board of directors or like CEOs. You're the type of person that is like the underdog that gets to that top 1%. So you're the type of person that ends up fighting back for humanity in some way. You shine a light on people that may be prisoners of war. And I feel like because of the wisdom that you carry, you help people get out of their own self-imposed prisons. You're somebody who, you're quite a mystery. Like no one can really pinpoint or pin your energy down because you're constantly changing. You're evolving at a rapid rate in comparison to other people. And you fight or defend against people that are either disabled or people that can't fight for themselves. I feel like you have a lot of love to offer, a lot of compassion, someone who has an innocence attached to them, and a person that's highly intuitive. So a person like you who cannot be brainwashed, who has this devotion not just to their own mystic or mysticism, but somebody who's devoted to what they believe in, devoted to the divine, devoted to source, devoted to self. And you kind of have this self-destructive way of coming into connections and environments, just like how destructive a tornado could be, an asteroid could be. Your effect is felt in a rapid pace. I also feel like you know how to strategically and calculate moves ahead of time. You're 10 steps ahead of all your opponents, and you have no problem standing tall and holding your own against various opponents. It's like you could take on multiple ops at the same time. This is what makes you so dangerous, and the type of person that can hold their own against institutions as well. You bring the truth, you bring the clarity, and you're also a great investigator, a great private investigator. Some of you would do well in like the CIA, FBI, PI type of work because there's no type of information that you can't find. Even surveillance wise, like you're great at surveillancing people without even access to technology because of your spiritual gifts. It's like you can almost like psychically travel to them. I also feel with the Seven of Wands, you've been forced to have to defend yourself against various situations and things, maybe even since childhood. So this gave you a strength that other people do not have. And I also feel like your external looks is very deceiving. There's a reason why you don't look like you carry the energy that you do, because I feel like you have this like sneak attack component to you where people feel like they have you figured out and pinned down. They actually don't know, because it's saying you are a level of special intelligence. So you're what gets sent out when everyone else can't complete the job. You're like that third party contractor that actually gets the job done, or even like the assassin that's sent off to finish the job. Not necessarily in that way. This is just an analogy. And you've been wounded before. You've had to defend yourself before. You've had to carry more weight than anyone has ever truly imagined. I feel like you carry a lot. And a lot of the work that you do for the world or for humanity is unseen. And you don't really get praise or even recognition for it. But that just goes to show how strong you truly are. And you're strong all on your own. It's not like you have an army. You carry the energy of an army under one person. And people respect you so much that you could activate people to be sleeper cells for you. You could activate people to actually carry out work for you. the system doesn't want you to have influence because you give the energy of like a commander or a chief or a president. People would easily take what you say for law. This is why it says law, because, whoa, you're so much more influential than you realize. There's a reason why some of you are being shadow banned on purpose, because they don't want you starting a revolution against the people that should be basically board of directors, shareholders. Yeah, this is like, it's very complex. People have a tendency of like wishing for something that will help release them from the binds and from the entrapment that they're in. And because you come from a lineage of warriors, you naturally heed to the call. And I also feel like God puts you in places where you have to be in that warrior energy so that you can shine a light to the truth. You can help liberate people, liberate them from their own thoughts, liberate them from enslavement, and liberate them from a lack of experience. You have so much experience early on in life. You went through things early on in life so that you could have the experience to share with other people, to help other people overcome trials and tribulations.